Hello and welcome to the Tarkis Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be adding a game to my Time Waster series. It's called My Colony. And I've been playing this game off and on for a couple years now. I was playing this game when it was free to play and it was brand new. And I eventually ended up buying a copy of the game because if you buy a copy of the game, there's other things that you can unlock. But you can still play a free version of this game. It's just that you're not going to have everything to unlock, and you don't really need everything to unlock. I wanted to support the game developer by buying a copy of the game. Right now, I'm going to go into New Colony just to show you what your options are. Now, I want to play the game online, so I'll go to online, and here you pick the planet that you want to start off on. Now, each planet has unique resources and has a different kind of hardness level or a difficulty of play level, depending on what you choose. I like choosing asteroids because I find that that is, and I don't even see unless they've put asteroids. They've tucked it. Let me just go to here. I'm just going to hit yes for now, just to see what's available to me here. Okay, so what it is I'm going to go back to dismiss. What it is when you choose one of these factions or one of these charters, because you got to join a charter. You play as part of a group in the online portion, and under that charter there are different planet types. So I'm going to go to this charter, say yes, and the charter types here are water world, desert world, and they tell you what the difficulty level is: medium, hard, difficulty death. You're on a planet with lava. I'm going to go to dismiss. I'm going to do it again. Go to online game. I just want to show you the asteroid. So I looked at these two factions. Let me look at this one. Actually, let's look at... before, it used to have an asteroid symbol, but I think they've tucked the asteroid underneath another... It's not there either. That's weird, unless they took it out of the game, because I do enjoy it. You play like pirates. You've got like a pirate colony. We're going to try one more time here to see if we can get it to generate a charter that has that under their what's this one here? Independent. I think maybe this one here might have it. No, this one doesn't have it. All right, well, we're not going to get there on this. I'm not going to waste your time. I just want to show you a little bit of the gameplay. So let's try the forest world. This one's a hard mode, and we're going to just try this. What you want to do is do a single. You can do a region if you want, but I do single city. And here, what you want to do is choose your name, the Tarkis Zone. All right, and then because I got a beefy computer, I'm going to go with extra large map, and I want my resources to be abnormal, so I got a lot of them, just to kind of make it easy. It's hard mode, but it's going to give me warning that the map might cause problems. I mean, this world, I've played this world before. This is a good world to do if you're starting out. I wanted to really show you the asteroid, but here we are. So what we've done is we've landed on this world with this little lander. And here I am, or here's one of my citizens. And I've only got 2 citizens. I've got some money, I've got some food, I've got some water. So I've got to get going and creating things on this world. Now the water, your main water is going to be here in this lake. That's it's infinity. You can just pump water out of this. These puddles here only have so much, and then they'll dry up and they'll be gone, lost forever. So what we want to do is we want to build our our place closer to the water. So if I go to the lander and I click on this lander icon, I can now move that lander to a more convenient location to start this game. And I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it to right here. All right. So that's on its way. It started from here, and that was me clicking on it and using the left mouse to tell it where to go. I'm going to click on this forest rover. They've given me one, and I'm going to go down at the very bottom here. It tells me I can just have it harvest. So I'm going to click harvest. So what this is going to do, it will start harvesting once that lander is put back to the ground. So here's the lander. I'm going to tell it by clicking this icon again to go back to the ground. So the forest bot that was out here should make its way to the lander because it's the only place where the items can be put. It's storage, basically. So under the lander, if I click that, there's no options for me to do anything right now. Because what we're waiting for is that forest rover. We can click on okay, he's there. Okay, so the forest rover is now cutting trees down and bringing them to my storage facility. And actually, we don't need all this water. You really, for the way the game works, you only need a couple squares, not even a couple. So what I can do is, if I want to clean this up a little bit, I can go to, I think it's this icon. No, it's been a while since it's maybe this icon. Yeah, it's this icon up here at the very top, this bulldozer. I can bulldoze anything off the map. See, I can just bulldoze it. So if I want to if you just want a cleaner look, you can just destroy items off the map to give it a cleaner look, and you basically can destroy anything. You know, so if you could just make this, and what's crazy about it, if I double click and hold the button down, no, that's moving the screen. Okay, there we go. I can actually use it like a paintbrush and delete stuff, but be careful what you delete. So I wanted to show you that you could do that because we don't really need all this water. Eventually I'll probably delete it because I want to have my city. You only really need access to one of these as long as it's tied to the lake, and it will be, you can just do it. And make sure you unclick the bulldozer before you click on anything else that's important to you. So now that we've brought some wood to this lander, now I can create more forest rovers. And they only give me 19 wheels to start out with, so I'm queued a couple. I'm going to tell them to harvest. They're just gonna, the humans that are here are building these things. And it looks like, and then you gotta pay your humans. Right now, they don't ask for any money, but they'll eventually. And then there's another rover on this back side here. I think there was another rover on that back side. Okay, why can't I make rover? Oh, I'm out of food too. All right, so what I'm going to do is I need to click on one of these guys. Come on, stop moving around. And it looks like I can't make anything because I don't have enough wood. Because I'm using, the wood is only 43 and the water requires, and the potatoes require water, so I can't get the food out. So we're just going to wait until I can make a well. So I'm going to make a well. I'm going to put it right here because we're out of water. Now, they're not going to kill my guys off right off the bat. Eventually what will happen is the game's going to get to a point where they're not going to forgive you all that well at being at zero food and zero water. Right off the bat, they know that there's a timing thing, and I was trying to explain what I was doing, so I could have probably produced the food they needed and the water they needed. So those foresters built the well for me, and then they went back to the harvesting. They go back to the last action and what they were doing. All right. So I need food. So the water's ticking up. So right now I need to make the potato patch, but I need 10 water to do that. So we're just waiting on that. And I don't have enough wood to create another well. So at this point, we're at the mercy of the well generating us enough water. Because my guys, my humans are consuming it at the same time it's creating it. But I should have enough to get that patch started soon to get them food. I like the patches because it's an easy food source. It's available now. And I like to plant them on the edge of the map. That's why I came to this location. Kind of out of the way. And what will happen is one of these rovers will go over there and make it. Now, I think both of them are doing it or trying to do it. So what you'll do is you'll have a rover that's not harvesting, that's set aside to do your building. So right now I have to wait for more wood to make the next rover, and that's where I'm going to be at. See that guy walking over? My citizen walked over and got the food. So now we're just at the mercy of the system generating the items we need to make the next items. And when I say I add this to my time waster series, this is what this kind of game is. It's a time waster. You spend a lot of time building, and I think when I got to the close to the end game, or even close to the end game in this game, I had been playing the game for like 4 months. And play a couple hours here and there. That's what the beauty of the game is. You just play occasionally, but when I sit down to play, I play for hours and hours at a time. It's a game. It's a real good game to burn some time away. All right. So at this point, we can make another well, but let's make another forest rover, because we've got 13 wheels. We're going to tell that one to harvest. So now I'm going to bring in wood more timely. Now the wood or the trees are scattered all over the map. So the distance gets longer and longer from the housing or the storage as they cut down the trees. Now also the trees will start growing. So what will happen is this whole map will get just overgrow with trees. So trees on this map will never be a problem. On other maps that you might play, they are a problem. You have to create forest areas, or you have to manually replant each tree, which we can do on this map. They show it here as a thing. It's 10 water will allow you to plant one set of trees. That would be one set of 10 water will let you plant one of these. And if you're trying to keep if you keep an area close to you and create your own trees, that's fine. It just eventually you're going to have to cut other trees down as this huge map starts to grow more trees. It gets denser and denser. But that shouldn't be a problem. Now this here is, what is this? This is aluminum. That's going to be very important later in the game, aluminum nodes. Wow, they're not being generous with those. There's only a few. Okay, and then what do we got here? We got gold. Okay, that's gold. All right. It's more aluminum there. All right. So now we got to pay our workers. Again, they're not asking for any money because they're not really doing anything what they consider a high tech, I would say, occupation. So once people start working in your town, you have to pay them payroll, and then you also have to pay taxes to the charter that you join. So right now I can ask other people in my charter to send me goods if that's what I want. So that's what the online experience is. You can send and swap items back and forth between your charter members if that's what you want. I've never done that part of it. I never needed to. I've always played the game basically alone. All right. So I'm going to make one more forester here. All right. So that forester, what do we got? We got 7. We might as well have that one. And I can make another one. Nice. Got enough wood. All right, so now we have no more wheels. So this one I'm not going to have harvest. This is, guys, this one's going to be my builder, because if they were all on harvesting, once I go to build something, they all will want to go build it. So if you keep one off harvesting, that would be the one that's going to build what you're asking. So the next thing we're going to build is the charcoal hut. And I believe off the bat, they give us 3 power capacity. So this little guy here is helping us generate 3 power. You don't need to connect power lines. You just put the item on the ground. Powered structures don't mean, there's a lot of complexities to this game. They just didn't add that complexity in this game. I mean, where you have to connect power to power. You just have to have the power available. It's like wireless transmission, I guess. Tesla, moves, it's just invisible, moving electricity from one point to the other without any power lines. So we're waiting on that. So right now we've got 125 wood, and to make the charcoal we need 300 wood. We don't need any more food, and the water situation is fine. So right now it's just wood. All right, these are oil. That's what these are, and those are going to be very important to us end game. So yeah, there's not a lot of different nodes on here. Basically, this is just a tree planet with not a lot of. So we're going to need to be buying. And the other thing is with the game, when you generate wealth, you can buy items from the AI. It's just a galactic marketplace. So you can buy items, and you can buy items from other players if that's what you want to do too. And in this map, we're going to need to be buying aluminum eventually, because there's not that much aluminum's used for everything. So the thing with this planet is it's going to be logs and wood, probably selling that on the marketplace. We've got a lot of oil, but eventually we're going to need to buy aluminum, because it's interesting that this map doesn't have a lot of resources on it, even though I told it to be abundant. All right, so it's going to be a little difficult, and they said that off the bat, that this map was going to be a hard map to play. All right, so I can make a wood hut. Right now, my 2 guys, or the people that are alive in my city, just live here. See, it says 2 of 2. That's telling me the occupation of that pod is 2 people of 2 people. So I'm not really needing the wood hut. What I need to do is get this charcoal going. And that is, early game, this game is really slow. It's waiting to get items. It picks up after a while. It picks up, and you get all the items you need timely if you're planning accordingly. So I just need 31 more. I guess I could have started this guy to build, to harvest, but I think we'll be fine. Now, when we go to put the charcoal down, we can put that anywhere we want, but it also becomes a hub for the harvesters, so they can just go to the charcoal hut, so they don't have to make this distance. They'll go to, so it's now available. So I'm going to put it right here. And the charcoal hut doesn't require a person to work the building. It just works. All right, so now I've got that, and I got to pay because no one's working, so they're not asking me for money. I'm actually going to put this guy, now that he's, I'm going to put him on harvesting. So he's going to harvest, and see he's harvesting, and he's just going to the charcoal pit. So he's just making that distance. So eventually when yeah, this guy's now getting going to the charcoal pit because the charcoal pit for him became closer. So when these rovers use up this tree, if they go in this direction, then they're going to be going here, or if they go in this direction, they're going to be going to here. Now I can manually move them, but right now that's not a huge priority. So this is running, it's using 1 power. I've got 2 power left. And then we've got a charcoal capacitor. So what we're going to be doing is the charcoal hut produces the charcoal. That's up here. Charcoal at the very top of the screen. You can see what I've got for goods. So the charcoal is here at the top, so you can see it only produces so much. So it's only producing it's like a 0.1. Like the food tells me +2, water +3. So I'm gaining more than I'm using. So now it's telling me the charcoal, I'm getting 2 charcoal per tick from this thing. And now I'm up to 6 charcoal. So the charcoal capacitor allows me to convert the charcoal into another product. And again, that can be used as a waypoint. So I'm going to put one right there, and it's going to use one of the power. There we go. So now what they're going to do is they're going to harvest around that, and it's using, now I've got 2 power. So the charcoal now will be converted into ore. That's what this did, is that converts it to ore. But it converts ore quickly, so it's going to eat through my charcoal. See, I've got 0 charcoal now, because what it's doing, it's converting it. So if I pause this, then I would be able to bank up my charcoal. See, that basically it's using -3 of my charcoal. But I need the ore to make these other items that have now became available to me. So every time you get a new resource, items become available to you. If you upgrade your worker bots, items become available to you. Eventually we'll get science. So we'll have to get science points to upgrade or to unlock things that we're going to want to make in the future. This game is quite complex. Even though it looks very retro, it's a very complex game, and there's a lot of things that you can do in the game. So moving forward here, what would be my next thing I want to build is probably the charcoal burner. After I put down another charcoal, I'll put the charcoal hut down first, because I want to utilize the 3 power that we got available to me. And then what we'll do is we'll make the charcoal burner, which will give us more power. With more power, that allows us to put more of these charcoal huts down and more of the compactors down. So power equals more of those equals more faster gains on the items that I need to build other items. So right now I'm going to put another charcoal in, and I'm going to just put it here because, again, these act as waypoints for, and they're all going to go build that thing. So they're all, because I don't have one not on harvesting, so they're all going to build that thing, and then they're going to start harvesting again, which is perfect because I want them in this area because there's a higher dense of wood here, and it's closer to the depot. So now I'm utilizing all 3 points of energy that the game allows me to do. So my charcoal might still stay at a negative value. I might not be producing enough charcoal because the charcoal compactor is probably going to be chewing it up still. So I just gained 1 there, 3 there, 2 there. Is it going to stay at a positive number, or am I using it all? I'll give it a second to do its thing. Yeah, it's going to stay at 0. I think I'm using this compactor is eating it up. I think the ratio is 4 of these. You have to have 4 of the charcoal huts down, and 4 of those make enough charcoal to be in the positive for every one of these that you have. So So just keep that in mind. I was just looking at if they made a game change since the last time I played. Now the atmosphere is good on this planet. It starts you off at 5 million. That allows you to breathe outside. There are some maps that start this at 0. So you actually have to you use a unit to add gases and you terraform the planet, and then you use items to put the gases in the atmosphere, and you try to get this value to 5 million. And so, like the asteroid planet we want to start on, it starts at 0. So you create these vast areas of terraforming gas plants that terraform the planet. Then it unlocks the trees, unlocks the farms, it unlocks everything agriculture because you've just terraformed the planet. That takes a while to do on the asteroid planet. On this planet, we're already there. We can do the farms, we can do everything because the atmosphere is high enough. Now, eventually, we'd put too much toxins in the atmosphere and global warming will start. So we have units to bring the atmosphere back down. So that's later on in the game. All right, so now we've got to, I wanted to create the charcoal burner, but I think that's going to eat up, I would have to shut this down. So maybe what I'll do is I'll make another charcoal hut, and I will put this charcoal hut here. And what this is going to do is it's going to put me at negative power, which is fine. So it's, as you can see, it's in gray, and I can't power it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpower this one, and then I'm going to turn this one on. So now I've got 3 charcoal huts going. So what I want to do is I want to bank charcoal, and the reason why I want to bank it at this time is so that when I put the charcoal burner down, I've got enough window of time to get more of these down, the charcoal huts, so that I'll be able to make enough charcoal to keep the burner going. So I need to have basically a nest egg of charcoal. I'm probably going to want about 200 charcoal. And then once I get to 200 charcoal, I'll turn one of the charcoal huts off again. I'll shut the hut off and turn this back on. And then we'll wait until I get enough ore to make the burner. So that's a little bit down the way here. Let's what else can we do while we wait? Now we can do the raw material depot. We don't need that right now. We don't need to store anything because right now we're storing everything fine. Like the wood has my storage is 1,600. I've only got 200 of it. The charcoal, my storage is 1,500. And the ore my storage is 1,200. So I don't need to build any more storage. Right now it's just right now I'm collecting the logs. I got a lot of logs, which is good. And then I'm banking the charcoal. And then so I don't think, and I've only got 1 wheel, so I can't create another rover. I have to put this small vehicle factory down to produce the wheels. And I don't need these huts right now either because I've got the 2 people, they're content. And what you got to do is you got to put a landing pad down, and then more people will join your colony when the landing pad is created, which is really a ways away because you really have got to, get the resources first. And I'm moving around by just holding the middle mouse button down. Middle mouse button moves you around the map. I'm not sure if any keys. Oh yeah, I guess the arrow keys will do it too. I don't think the WD keys do it, no. I've always just used the middle mouse button, hold it down, move around the map. All right, so where are we at? Now we just need ore. We need 37 ore and only 10 charcoal. What do we got at charcoal? Why don't I make this change now? I said I was going to wait. I'm going to power this one down. I'm going to turn this one on again and see if, because I only need 35 of the ore. And it should be able to produce a lot of it because I have a lot of it banked. So yeah, it's going to do it quick. So I just need 27. The other thing, when you get your tech tree up, you'll be able to unlock solar panels and you'll be able to unlock nuclear power and all that jazzy stuff. I don't have to pay payroll again because the payroll, no one's actually doing any work. My population is just eating and drinking at this point, and they're just looking at the robots. And this guy here is running around. They're just watching the robots do their thing. All right, where we're at with that? We need 13, 12. Okay, it looks like we're going to be close to where we need to be on the. We'll definitely have enough wood to make the charcoal huts. Actually, I could probably make a few of those anyway. I'm just going to put a stack of them right there. And they don't have power. But when they get power, they'll start making the wood. I just used up all my wood. Now I'm just got 6 wood. So what they did is they paused construction and went back to wood gathering. And now this is the taxes I have to pay. I owe 0.09. I'm going to pay them because the game started me off with 2,500. What I'm going to do is now I can just cancel that, and I'm going to cancel this. Because what I want to be doing is making okay, so now I need to shut this off again. All right, so I've shut that off again. So now I can make the burner. So the burner, I can just put it right here next to these guys. You can put it anywhere. I mean, you can put it, eventually I'm going to destroy it. So now I've got enough power to run, what is it now? I got 53 power. So now what I can do is build more of these huts. So right now, the charcoal is at -9. Oh, we're going to watch it for a sec. Before we turn this back on, I just want to see what we're doing for charcoal. All right, so let's... I think we're going to need one more hut. Yeah, well, let's just to make sure that we have a buffer, because we're using some of the charcoal to power our facility, and then this is also going to use charcoal to make the ore. So I think I need one more hut. And I only need, I need 70 wood for that. And so I'm at plus 45 per tick, so it should not take me long to get this going. All right, I'm just going to put it right here. So they'll build that. And now I think what I'll be doing is producing enough charcoal to power. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it. I'll get 50 wood back, and I'm going to put it when I get the just to make this clean. I need 60 wood, which is fine. Actually, I'm going to delete this one too. I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to get the wood from that one. And I'm going to stick this right here. And I have this one here that I can turn back on. All right. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 charcoal plants, huts. I've got this compactor, and I've got the power, and I still got 53 power to use. And let's just see what the numbers are. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to need another charcoal plant because I'm at -1 right now. And another charcoal hut. I'm at -1, but I'm gaining on the ore. So we just wait. 113. Now I'm going to probably button this video up here shortly, and then I'll probably do another episode on this game. And so I'll probably play this game for another 2 hours, let's say. And then we'll come back to it. I'll show you where I'm at. I'll explain to you what I did to get to what the map will look like at that point. This way we're not spending an hour watching Tarkis play a video game. I just really wanted to put your eyes on this product and tell you that it existed and add it to my series. Because I do play this game a lot. Every once in a while I just pick it up and play it. You know, I really enjoy the complexities of it. I enjoy the grindiness of it, and each base that you build and each map that you play is unique. And right now I'm just waiting for the charcoal hut. There we go. I'm just going to put it right here. So at this point, I think what I've done here is now I'll produce surplus charcoal. I'm going to have the ore that growing +7 per tick. The wood's coming in. So now my biggest thing moving forward is getting more wheels so that I can make more rovers. So I can have a lot of rovers out there bringing the wood in, which will allow me to increase the amount of charcoal huts I can make, which would then allow me to increase how many compactors that I can have. So what I'm going to do is make this entire row compactors and huts. And then when I get a bot to harvest this water, I'm going to make a forest in here. I'm going to put a forest down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this. I'm going to put a forest in. But I'll be able to do it on a larger scale because I'll be pulling water out of this. See how quickly they took that down? Well, once I get that bot to produce water, I could also put a lot more of the wells in, if that's the other way of doing it. But once I get the ability to harvest this lake water, then you can make trees all day long. You can make a field of them. And this way they can just go from here to here. And then you'll have some random ones out here clearing these forests out. That's how I like to tackle it. So the next project would be the small vehicle factory. All right, well, thank you for watching this video. I've enjoyed myself. Hopefully you'll see the game on Steam and get it yourself. I don't think it's a lot of money. So if you've liked it and you think it might be a good time waster game for you, you should pick it up. Well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkis Zone.